Cobra Kai finally resolved the tension of the Season 2 finale with the release of Season 3.
The fans had high hopes for this season.
Some of these hopes were justified. The season turned out to be nostalgic, with many references to the original Karate Kid movies, and plenty of both dramatic and funny moments. But something went wrong, and Season 3 turned out to be full of inconsistencies and illogical mistakes.
Let's check out all the plot holes of Cobra Kai Season 3.
Spoiler alert, obviously.
First of all, let's talk about Miguel. Injured after a fall at the end of Season 2, he lies in a coma, but he manages to come out of it. What a relief!
And he also manages to regain his ability to walk. There are cases where people recover from spinal injuries rather quickly, and Miguel is one of them.
What's the question then?
Don't you think he recovered too quickly? And then, in the process of his recovery, Johnny Lawrence, who was helping Miguel, let him fall more than once. And this is fraught with consequences.
Still, Miguel manages to walk again. He returns to school and finds himself drawn into rivalry and intrigues between the dojos once again. Based on this, the question follows, why does he continue to participate in fights? Why do other children continue to attack him in these fights, given that everyone, literally everyone, knows about his injury?
I agree with you. No matter how tense the relationship between the dojos was, everyone seemed worried about Miguel when he was in the hospital. And then it was as if they forgot about what happened.
I hope that the work he has done on himself will not be in vain and that everything turns out okay for him.
Me too. But it is not a given that the one who delivered the decisive blow to Miguel, Robbie, will be okay.
Robbie, right. We hardly saw him this season. First he was on the run, and then he ended up in juvie. Fortunately, not for long.
And here's another issue. Why does he keep asking for trouble after everything that's happened? Before karate, he committed petty theft, used illegal substances, and was a school dropout.
The accident with Miguel had serious consequences for him, so why does he continue to act out even after juvie?
Robbie was very disappointed in himself, his father and Daniel as his sensei. He tries to lay low, but prison itself dictates to him that in some conditions, hitting someone in the face means not getting crushed under someone's heel. He tries to figure out how to move on, and Kreese was the only one who gave him sensible advice in prison, the only one who gave him shelter, and the only one who hadn't betrayed Robbie's trust.
But still, after the incident with Miguel, he should have stopped getting involved in illegal affairs, including fights. Another person who refuses to resolve issues peacefully is Tori. She also takes risks every time she starts a fight, despite the fact that she was the one who advised Robbie to behave in the beginning. We all know that Cobra Kai's main principles are strike first, strike hard, but come on!
Among other things, Tori has a sick mom and a little brother to take care of, so her antics can endanger not just Tori herself, but her family, who she seems to cherish.
She herself told John Kreese that she didn't want to go to juvie, but within a short period of time, she follows him and suddenly becomes willing to break the law, starting with stealing a snake and ending with breaking into the LaRusso's house in order to attack the Miyagi-Do students. Isn't that kinda irrational?
Yeah, there is little that can stop the heroes from fighting this season. This raises a question that even Peyton List, who plays Tori, asked in the recap for the previous 2 seasons. Where are the parents of all these children who come to the dojo, where they are taught to beat their opponents until they bleed?
I had exactly the same question. The children who came to the selection at Cobra Kai saw how Hawk brutally beat Kyler's pal, and how John Kreese talks to the students. Did no one tell their parents anything about what was happening there?
A fair point. And it is clear that in the Cobra Kai gang, no one will talk about how Hawk broke Dimitri's arm. But still, parents should be concerned. And by the way, the story of Hawk and Dimitri was wrapped up too easily. Hawk has been bullying Dimitri for a long time, breaks his arm, and then, when a fight occurs in the LaRusso's house, Dimitri forgives Hawk in a matter of seconds.
I agree! And although we've seen Hawk doubting Kreese's teachings and his hesitation, we would still like to see more about his reconciliation with both Johnny Lawrence's students and the Miyagi-Do dojo, and Dimitri in particular.
Finally, at many points in the beginning and middle, when the teenagers are fighting and smashing everything around them, and at the end of the season, when Daniel and Johnny fight Kreese, the characters had faster and more effective options available to them to resolve the conflict.
But then probably the series would not have had all those fights that we saw, Mr. Scoffer?
Apparently, Mr. Fullylover. Still, in the first half of Season 3, there were not that many fights anyway, which made the dynamic lag. And the excess of references didn't save the situation. On the contrary, they became redundant. And of course, it was cool to learn John Kreese's story. But it would have been even greater if the rest of the storylines were in line with the dynamics.
I wonder if Netflix will continue this series after season 3.
And what do you guys think? Did you like season 3? Let us know in the comments.
And don't forget to subscribe to Cartoon Junkies.